My name is Carmen, and today we've got a reading for you about somebody who is ready to make some big moves. I think we have a focus that has been placed on profession, career, or maybe even living situation. They've been focused on their money because they want to make sure that they have the financial stability to be able to be in the type of relationship that they want to be with you. For some of you, this is a long distance connection where they realize, I can't really offer anything until I figure out how we can be closer together or maybe even live together. But they feel like they've got a few things figured out. They feel like there's some things falling into place, and they're looking forward to this conversation that they feel like they can start with you in the near future, maybe even planning out like the specific things to say. So let's call in spirit with a little bit of wind chime time. I hope you're having a wonderful day so far. If you're interested in a personal reading, I would love to do one for you. My email address is wickedonestarot@gmail.com, and that's in the description box for you, as is additional information on how to become a member. Thank you to the current members. We're going to dive in with the Hocus Pocus Tarot and see what else we've got for you. What else? Six of Lightning or Six of Swords with the Five of Pumpkins or Five of Pentacles. There's that no contact status, right? Five of Pentacles is often depicted by somebody who's standing outside looking a little bit like rough, a little bit cold. This is someone who feels like things could improve, and that's why they've been putting in the time or the effort to improve them. The Six of Swords or Six of Lightning is about somebody who is making things improved so they can address what did not go well or removing themselves from a situation that did not go well. In this case, we have an actual broom. So it feels like they were cleaning up some things in their life, maybe dealing with some arguments or going no contact with others, maybe even apologizing to some people. We've got the Knight of Wands or the Knight of Swords or the Knight of Lightning and the King of Lightning. So this is like, you know, maybe I've been a little bit immature. Maybe I've been a little bit difficult. So if I'm honest with myself about what I could do differently, then maybe I don't have to deal with these issues. Maybe I could get into a better situation so that I could actually pursue this relationship with the person that I'm thinking about. Hello, Angie. How are you doing? Or is it Angie? You tell me. Let's see. What else do we have? Magician in the reverse. Seven of Pumpkins or Seven of Pentacles in the reverse. So this was someone who had maybe not gotten paid what they needed to, or had been investing in the wrong things. Maybe they were working for the wrong individuals, or maybe they had to deal with some loan problems, tax issues, but they felt like they didn't have the ability to offer what you were deserving of because the Magician's in the reverse, right? That's like, I don't have the resources. I don't have what I need. I don't have a place where you can stay, right? Hello, Joa, how you doing? Hello, August. Going well, how about you? Hello, Bangla. Hello, Lainey. Thank you. What else do we have? Six of Potions or Six of Cups in the reverse, and the Seven of Potions, also known as the card that comes right after that one. This feels like reconsidering the options. Maybe I've been stuck in a pattern that hasn't really served me. Maybe I've been making decisions just because it feels like that's what everyone else would do. They've had a change in their behavior. And I feel like in particular, this is obviously about money because of that first card that came out. But I feel like this is also about who they associate with or who their friends are. It's like I realize now that I've been surrounding myself with temptation or people who are not maybe making the best of decisions. And if I want to be in a better place, then maybe I need to focus on the things that make that difficult for me. 10 of Pumpkins or 10 of Pentacles in the reverse. Five of Candles or Five of Wands, and the 10 of Candles or 10 of Wands in the reverse. So two tens is definitely interesting because tens are about closing out a chapter, being ready for something different, or letting go of things that seem like it was, you know, maybe something that was acceptable long ago, but not really your thing now. So this could be a fight, a disagreement, a falling out, or even going no contact, since we had the Five of Pentacles, with people that had caused problems. Maybe, you know, I shouldn't be friends with you. Maybe I shouldn't be as close or live with you, you know, like maybe I need to make different choices because you don't seem to be focused on the same things. Hey Jiggy, how you doing? Hello Create, how you doing? You too, Kateru. Hello Jamie. Hello Dana. How are you doing? Hello Great One, what's up? We've got the King of Potions, which is the King of Cups, and the Three of Candles, which is the Three of Wands. We'll go with the romantic Lenormand. So basically we've got some love and feelings that someone feels like they can finally like take action on. The problem is we're dealing with a King of Cups who's a little bit of a zombie. They're a little exhausted. They've had to do a lot of work. They've had to see things for real instead of through rose-colored glasses. They might be a little beat up at this time. They might feel a little bit like they're on their own. They might be missing a little bit of that shimmer, that glow. But they are ready to take action. I'm going to get a different job. I already have. I've got a different place to live. I've got, you know, maybe a little bit of a different perspective on who I should be spending time with. And they have luck on their side. We have the Clover. So they might be getting some good news. This could be about living or work, especially if you consider that we're looking at the moon, which can talk about vocation. What are you choosing to pursue in life? What are you working on? What do you feel is your calling? It's also about gravitational pull. So this could be about that pull to want to be with someone. Hello, Bashir. How are you doing? Hello, Christian. What's up? And then we have the Scythe, which is number 10. Another 10. Interesting. Ooh, by the way, this little stone is slippery. Is fossilized algae. Isn't it cool? So this Scythe, again, seems to be confirming we have a person who has made some major changes in their life. I can't work here anymore. It doesn't allow me to be my best self. I can't, you know, hang out with these people who are making different decisions than me because it makes it difficult for me to make the changes that I want. Or maybe that's not how I want to be living anymore, so I'm going to find my own place. This is definitely major changes as opposed to minor changes. This is What's the News. Hey Christian, just do me a favor and don't spam the live chat, okay? What else do we have? Spiritually woke and another Clover. You guys, isn't that crazy? So there's good luck, being in the right place at the right time, or things that are working in their favor when maybe they didn't expect it. Why would that be? Because they're making the difficult choices, right? They want to make things work for themselves, not because, you know, they want things to be easy. They're making the more difficult choices to improve their own life. And so maybe the universe is kind of putting their thumb on the scale or making things easier for them. And this is because they're addressing something to do with a toxic environment. Those you know, behaviors that are commonly accepted by this workplace or this friendship group, or maybe it's my family. I don't want to be like that. I don't want to be a part of that. So if I separate myself from that, if I go no contact with a bad influence in my life, or someone who seems to be struggling with seeing things the way that I think would be the respectful approach, then maybe what I need to do is leave. So they're walking away from a situation that they acknowledge is not one that fosters their best self, right? So there could have been some betrayal here. Doesn't necessarily mean that they were cheated on by someone in this environment. To me, it feels more so like this would be betrayal by friends or a group of people where it's kind of like, yeah, I did that, but I mean, what are you going to do? We've been friends for like 15 years, so like you're just going to like get over it, right? A little bit of arrogance and being able to treat people poorly but not really face any consequences. Where this, whoever I'm reading for, I feel like it's the King of Cups. The King of Cups is ready for this new chapter where, you know, I want to be surrounded by people who are trying to be good or kind or at least work on themselves, right? This is the Tarot of the Cat people. No. Hello, Big. How are you doing? Knight of Wands. Ten of Pentacles in the reverse. Clarifying the Ten of Pentacles in the reverse. Nine of Pentacles in the reverse. This might even be a little bit stressful / traumatic for them if they have to cut off portions of their family or people that they've known for a really long time and be kind of like cast out and be on their own. It feels to me like it's you're either with us or you're against us. If you're not going to live the way we do, or if you're going to be judgmental about what we do or how we are, then you're not like part of the group. It's like they're turning in their membership card. Like, that's cool. I don't really want to be one of you all. I don't really like how you dress, okay? I really like how you talk. There's some differences in terms of what acceptable behavior is. Definitely a toxic culture here. We have the High Priestess. 8 of Cups in the reverse. 5 of Cups. If I stay here, I know I'll regret it. If I continue to hang out with folks that don't seem to prioritize being honest or authentic, then I will lose what makes me me. Because you do tend to become similar to or like the people that you spend a lot of time around, right? Hey, Burger Cat, you're welcome to come back if you want to be non-judgmental. Oh, did you hear my stomach growl? It's apparently lunchtime. Firestar, let's go with RSV version, Psalm 59, well, 50:9. I will take no bull from your house. I get that, Salvador. It's time for that new energy, right? Hello, Sundar. Hello, Nell, or is it Neil? Neil, sorry. We've got this High Priestess energy because if you're the King of Cups, maybe this is your person, but whoever is this King of Cups has an understanding of the differences in character or in integrity, willingness to work on yourself, look within, and actually like, okay, would you like a different one? Matthew 25:40, truly I say to you, to the extent that you did it to one of the least of these brothers or sisters of mine, you did it to me. Which, as I understand it, means you should be good to people around you, even if you judge how they live or even if you think you're better than them. So I encourage you to listen to that. That's going to be the last time, at least on this live stream, that I'm going to do that because y'all are distracting from the message, okay? I don't have a problem with religion. I have a cross on my bookshelf for a reason. But I think if you use religion to try to separate people or judge people or put yourself above others, that you've lost the plot. So you're welcome to have those beliefs. I have no judgment on that. I want this to be a positive chat as opposed to people telling others that they need to believe a certain thing. Thank you, Sultan. True feelings and thoughts. I got you. So I'll probably do about another 10 minutes on the general reading, and then I'll start with the personal questions. That's fair. This Queen of Swords in the reverse is concerning because we have somebody who is basically struggling to understand if they can trust anyone around them. Feeling like there's a lot of people who have no conscience or don't really feel bad if they're dishonest, if they throw people under the bus, if they're really just in it for themselves. There could be a lot of greed around this person. And some event has really made it clear to this King of Cups that the concept of change or becoming a better person doesn't seem to appeal to a lot of the individuals around them, which is why they feel a little bit like an outcast, or why they feel like maybe it is time to walk away from this group of people. We look at things differently, and I'm not like the rest of you. You all are very focused on something that seems to be like concerning or not a very good pursuit, or you like lose who you are as a person because you're so focused on being rich or being right or being famous, whatever it might be. Hello, Tammy. How are you doing? Hello, Centipede. How are you doing? We've got Three of Swords and the Eight of Wands. Betrayal. Yeah. There's a friend or a family member that has done something that this King of Cups feels is unforgivable. I can't believe you would stoop so low. I can't believe you would betray somebody that was your friend. I can't believe you would treat somebody that way, or that you have no longer got that respect for yourself. This action makes it very clear that the King of Cups doesn't want to be around these individuals anymore. Thank you, Jiggy. Her environment and her intentions. Oops, I spelled mind wrong. And the environment and intentions. Thank you, I got you. I don't think I can really answer that. I can only tell you that I have sung in choirs, in church. I have sung, at one point, I sang in front of my entire high school. It was like a little intimidating. I think I was 16 maybe. But I don't like to do that much on here. Occasionally I will. If I think it's funny, then I do. Hello, Dave. What's up? No. Definitely not. Right? Tammy, I hope you get clarity about that soon. Hello, Juan. How are you doing? Are you sure, Dave? We've got the Six of Pentacles. Following the Justice card. Making a decision, and it has to do with getting money in order. I know what I need to do in order to get to a better place or be around people that I feel like I could trust. I don't want to stay around here because I can't trust any of you. I feel like my best friend betrayed me, or I feel like someone that I should have been able to trust has put their own needs before mine. I don't even think it's that though. So the story that's coming to my mind is someone once told me that they had a great respect for their boss, a person that they worked very closely with, a person that they traveled closely with, because they would work, you know, out of town frequently together. And they'd also gotten close to their boss's partner. And while on a trip, saw this person cheat on that partner that they were pretty certain was not like that. And it made them look at everything differently in terms of this person's integrity, knowing that they were comfortable doing that to a lovely person, right? Because they knew everyone involved. So it was like, how can I expect you to do right by me when you won't do right by this person that I know you say you love, right? So this decision, it could be just, I saw you betray someone else, and I know that it's only a matter of time before you betray me. Or it could be you betrayed me directly. But it's a perception of the person that I thought I could trust or the person that I thought you were is no longer there. You've decided that your greed or what you want is more important. And to me, that's a really big deal because it tells me who you are and it tells me that we are no longer on the same page. We don't have the same morals, or like we don't focus on the same thing in life. It's a little dark in here. Sorry, guys. I believe in you, Candle. All right. So let's get a few from the Wild Reflections Tarot. Thank you, Starlight. How are you doing? Hello, Sarah. You're so welcome. How you doing, hon? Hello, Jonathan. What's up? Hello, Mila. So we have the King of Wands. And we're talking about someone here who has gone from the King of Cups to the King of Wands. Whoever is deciding it's time to walk away from these friends or family members or people that they've been dealing with for a long time, they feel more confident than ever that they know who they are and what they want to like have around them, what they want to aspire to be. And it's not who they maybe originally thought. Maybe I thought I wanted to be a part of your industry or your group or your crew, but then I got to know you and I realized like you kind of like suck. You're not as cool as I thought. So now I don't want to be a part of your group. Now I don't want to be, you know, like your friend anymore. Because if I were to be like you, I wouldn't like myself. I think that's a fair comment, right? Nobody's perfect. Nobody is 100% good. But we can all aspire to better ourselves over time. There's always something that we could work on as we also have the ability to be grateful or show gratitude for things that go well or appreciate the things about ourselves that we worked on. We can also be able to honestly look at ourselves in the mirror and say, maybe I could have been kinder in that moment, or maybe I need to consider somebody else's feelings in this situation as well. There's this understanding that that editing or that self-awareness is not going on for these individuals that the King of Cups is surrounded by. They're okay with this betrayal. They don't feel bad about it. It's a toxic environment. Everybody's like, ooh, more toxicity. Exactly what I was hoping for, because then I can do what I want to do, right? We've got the Lovers, the Nine of Pentacles in the reverse, and the Three of Wands. Another Three of Wands. Action being taken towards a person seen as the King of Cups soulmate. I know that I've got everything figured out that I needed to regarding that financial stability. So I finally feel like I could offer you something real. I finally feel like we could actually be in a relationship. So what am I waiting for? I think I'm just gonna like go and make that change. I don't want to stay around here anymore anyway. Hello, dude. How's it going? I hope you're having a good day. Oh, you deserve better than that, Mila. we've got the Five of Wands in the reverse and Judgment. There's no like competition. There's no need for an argument here. I think we can just call it. I think we both know what's going on here. I think the individual who has been seen as like the last bastion of strength or integrity, or like the reason that this King of Cups was still entertaining working at this place or being a part of this friendship group, once they also become a part of that toxic behavior or toxic community, the King of Cups is like, all right, I guess it's time for me to walk away then. If you're all going to be like that and I refuse, then what do I have to say to each other? What else is there? Page of Wands in the reverse. I'm literally saying, what do we have to say to each other if we're that different? And Page of Wands in the reverse is about a lack of communication. So I've been working on what I need to finally be able to go elsewhere. And now it looks like I can. And I'm not even going to feel bad about it because you all have demonstrated that I can't trust you anyways. So what am I really losing, right? So Five of Swords in the reverse, Eight of Swords, and the Queen of Wands. Drawing in positive energy. That, remember we had the clovers, the lucky break cards. There's positive energy that is being pulled in. The Queen of Wands is related to gravitational pull, right? Being able to manifest what you want in your life. So they, by virtue of saying they want more, by extension of like actually putting in effort into what they want to change in their life, the universe is like, okay, this one's serious. So let's make it a little easier for them. Let's put them in the right place, or let's allow them to leave behind this chapter that is no longer for them. So it seems appropriate to pull a few cards from the Voyage of the Soul. Did I say hello to Carrie? Hello, Carrie. Yes, exactly. Seeking, soul searching, treasures, uncover, dormant, gift, and answers. It's like, if I want to understand more about myself or more about, you know, life, I don't think I really want to get those answers from people who aren't even honest with themselves about who they are. What are they going to know? I can't even joke about the TV schedule because that's not a thing anymore. Like, the Wi-Fi password at the local coffee shop, like, what do you have that would be useful? They're not exactly surrounded by people who are interested in truth, okay? These are largely people who operate in illusion, which is why we had the Seven of Cups come out earlier. They want to be seen a certain way. They don't necessarily put in the effort needed to get the things that they want. They're comfortable stabbing people in the back, hopefully not literally, but betrayal, right? To get what they want. So this King of Cups is like, man, I don't need to be here. What am I going to learn from all of you except for what I don't want to be? All you all do is look for ways to get more what you want in maybe shady ways, failing to consider what your impact is on people around you because you only think about yourself. Now, I don't know about you guys, but the best people in the world that I have found are those that know how to find the balance between doing things for themselves and doing things for other people. When you know how to take care of yourself and be aware of who you are and what you need, you're probably happy. You might even have what people would describe as an infectious personality, a lovely, delightful energy, right? Because you're happy. But when you also have that capacity to want to be a steward to the land around you, or an inspiration to the people around you, or, you know, God bless you if you take care of abandoned animals or foster children. This is somebody who wants more than just getting things for themselves, right? So I can't learn anything from you all people because you're just thinking about money and like, I don't know, views or whatever. I want to accrue actual wisdom. I want to learn from people who understand more about life. Like that old cowboy dude in City Slickers. Guys, we've talked about him before, and some of you even knew what the dude's name was. But Billy Crystal's character, and I think it was like Daniel Stern and Joe Pesci. They learned that maybe life is a little bit more complicated, but also more simple than they thought. You know? Hello, Grant. Hello, Arnolds. Hello, Joey. It's a good movie. Curly, thank you, dude. I knew you would have it for me. Yes, Curly had advice. He said, the most important thing in life is this. And Billy Crystal and all the other dudes, well, the two other dudes were like, what does it mean? We got to figure out what it means. Anyways, there's this pursuit for understanding of life, and not everybody has it, okay? Some people are just, let's get on with the routine, let's get on with the rat race, okay? But if you're actually interested in the meaning, if you're actually interested in leaving a mark or a legacy that has something positive to offer the world, then you look at things differently. And I think this King of Cups was like, most of y'all are just trying to figure out your next like house party. I don't know, man. Doesn't really seem like they felt like they fit in, right? All right, I'm gonna start with the personal questions. We've got a few for Sultan, or sorry, we've got one for Sultan and we've got a few for Jiggy. All right, so for Sultan, we've got, what are the true feelings and thoughts from the person on Sultan's mind? 10 of Wands. Five of Pentacles in the reverse, Queen of Wands, Hierophant. Feels like there's something here that has ended with the 10 of Wands that may allow for someone to communicate. We have with the Queen of Wands a sense of like, we can work on this, we can work through this, or we can address this. And then we have Hierophant and Judgment in the reverse. Someone is acknowledging I maybe was a little bit unfair. Maybe I was looking at things and only thinking about the rigid rules or the way things have to be, and maybe that wasn't fair. So is this like apology? No, this is I'm not going to be like out here judging you constantly, or I'm not interested in making you feel worthless. Wow, that's direct. So someone here was trying to make you feel small, but they feel like they're wrong. They feel like they made the wrong decision. They feel like they need to really consider what their views and beliefs are in the situation. So maybe they weren't being fair to your perspective. But with the 10 of Wands, there's a change here or something that they feel like they have to do differently. So I do feel like that's a good thing. Hey, Monica. About getting in a relationship. I got you. Thank you for the tip, Monica. I hope you're having a good day. All right. Sultan, I am sending you protective energy. I hope things go well for you with that situation. I will move on to Jiggy's questions. We've got, what is going on with the person on my mind? And what's going on with their environment, and what are their intentions? So what's going on with the person on his mind? Queen of Wands. King of Wands. That's impressive. Those are divine counterparts. Empress in the reverse. World in the reverse. Four of Pentacles in the reverse. This feels to me like primping oneself, which is interesting. Trying to look your best, wanting to go out there and see what else I could conquer, or what else I could find, or what else is, you know, going to make me feel good about myself. But with Empress in the reverse, this is like shallow. So I'm trying to get some positive reinforcement or external validation because I'm not getting what I really want. I'm not getting that emotional fulfillment. But I don't know that they're necessarily cognizant of that. It's just like, I want to feel good, right? Because I'm trying to let something go. Because I can't stop thinking about this, or because I feel like this is a problem, right? So escapism, perhaps a return to an old habit or bad behaviors, a little bit of depression. What about the environment? The Emperor, trying to control things in their environment, trying to make it seem as if there is a new path, that there has been recovery, that everything is fine. So they're trying to look unbothered. They're trying to make it seem like everything's going really well, but they're hiding what's really going on, which is struggling to let something go, which probably is you. Trying to make it seem like they're in control, nothing is amiss, but they're coping in an unhealthy way. Yeah. Instability masquerading as healed or happy energy. You're welcome, Sultan. I hope you have a great rest of your day. All right, and then Jiggy, we've got what are their intentions? I swear I saw one flip over. Hold on. Perhaps not. Okay. Knight of Cups in the reverse. Ten of Cups. I don't like that. Ten of Cups in the reverse. Lovers in the reverse. It's a big old red flag. Prince of Cups in the reverse is like assuming the worst. Ten of Cups in the reverse. I feel like I want those happy moments, the hoping for things to go well, and then I'm gonna run away. Then I'm gonna ghost. Because I can't count on things to actually go the way that I want them to. So I can't, like, stick around. So be careful, Jiggy. I don't see this person's intentions being very honorable or honest. And you deserve somebody who's going to be both honorable and honest. All right. Have a wonderful rest of your day. So, Monica, we've got a question for you, or pulling a few cards for you regarding if there's going to be a relationship. What do we have for Monica, please? What do we have for Monica? Prince of Swords, which is the Knight of Swords, the Five of Swords in the reverse, and the Nine of Swords. I feel like you're going to have some sense of anxiety here in the near future, probably within the next 5 weeks. And this is going to be difficult for you to understand. Why am I restless? Why am I irritable? What is this? It's because somebody here is thinking about you heavily and wanting to communicate with you about an interest in you, but trying to figure out how to do it the right way. So that restless energy, it's because someone is like maybe obsessing over you. I don't know if that's maybe a toxic way to say it, but they're thinking about you quite a lot. What do I say to you? How do I pursue you? Seven of Pentacles in the reverse, Two of Cups in the reverse, Three of Pentacles in the reverse. Is this someone from the past? This is someone from the past, but it's the Five of Wands, so I feel like there's two people. And the Chariot in the reverse. So there's someone here who has not spoken to you about their affections for you, and there's someone here from the past who's coming back around. So it does seem very likely that there's a relationship in your future. However, we have to obviously use that discernment and that intuition, right? What are we going to do as far as choosing if there are two offers? You got to be able to see what their intentions are through their actions. How are they talking to you? What are they saying? So it feels to me like you got a long-term relationship individual interested in you, and you got somebody who has unresolved problems in their life. So for my advice, I would say look for the person who seems to have a sense of calm without it being an act, because I think that's somebody who feels good about who they are. There could be someone here who is maybe a little bit like excitable, or maybe a little bit too, it's like they're verbose, they talk too much. And this is coming from someone who talks a lot, okay? But there's someone here who has like a lot of nervous energy. It's the person who's more calming that I think would be a better option for you. Ooh, that's rude of them. Let's ask real quick. Jiggy, hey, hi, Hayden, how's it going? Hello, Keek and Sholer. Aw, thanks, Dave. So for Monica, let me just say real quick, I'm wishing you luck and loving energy. Use that intuition, okay? And then for Jiggy, I just want to know, what is the reason that Jiggy's son is not getting his shirt back? Why are they not giving back the shirt? Hanged Man in the reverse, 2 of Rods or 2 of Wands in the reverse. There's no like logic for it. It's like, I want to get back at you, or I earned this. This is for me. What? It's maybe even just kind of silly, like leaving your charger at someone's house so you have an excuse to go back there. I think it's manipulative and or just like kind of speaks to someone's selfishness. This could be someone who likes to have trophies. That's a bit of a red flag, no? No like judgment on the athletes out there who want to like achieve things. This is not one of those cases. This is a weird thing to feel as a trophy. Just do me a favor. Don't let this person mess with you, because they are not very considerate. Hello, Nicole. How are you doing? So we've got, what does Spirit want me to know for Nicole? Magician, 7 of Pentacles, 8 of Cups in the reverse. There's something here about appreciating and showing gratitude for what is going right for you right now. It may seem like it's slow growth or things aren't exactly where you want them to be, but you're expressing gratitude, probably literally like verbally, and being inventive or creative, realizing that there's another approach to kind of level things up. It pays off in dividends for you. So definitely seems to be a message of remaining positive, knowing that your hard work is going to pay off. You do not need to walk away from this. You may have been considering like, have I like, I don't know, believed that something would go well and been like foolish? No. You just need a little bit more time, because this is when everybody else would give up, right? King of Swords. King of Swords is seen as the expert. There could be someone here who wants to help you get a little bit more traction, or I just heard like double it. So make things twice as good. I don't know. So yes, there's some anxiety, there's some frustration or some consideration, like how much longer do I have to wait for this to work out? Keep the faith and look for a potential mentor, or be open to it if somebody says, do you mind if I show you or like try to like take you under my wing a little bit? So that seems to be a pretty positive thing for you. I got you, Jiggy. All right, I'm gonna go eat some lunch. It's already kind of a late lunch, but I love you all. Thank you for the likes and subscribes. And I see, oh, sorry guys, I'm hungry. I'll see you on the next reading. Toodles.